Welcome to Daily Gossip. You will get daily Hollywood and sports updates here. Remember to subscribe for the latest videos. In what has quickly become one of the most polarizing moments of the WNBA season, rising superstar Caitlin Clark found herself at the center of yet another firestorm, this time after being visibly shoved to the floor by Chicago Sky's Marina Mabrey in a tense matchup against the Indiana Fever. The moment was seen by millions, slowed down in replays, ignited social media outrage, and triggered an avalanche of opinions from fans, analysts, and fellow players. But the real spark: the referee's decision not to eject Mabrey, despite what many viewed as a blatant act of aggression, especially against the league's most high-profile rookie. What followed wasn't just an officiating debate, it turned into a full-blown cultural conversation about respect, protection, bias, and what it truly means to earn your place in professional sports. The game started off as any normal WNBA contest, intense, physical, but within the bounds of professional competition. Caitlin Clark, who has been the most talked about rookie since entering the league, came in with her usual combination of court vision, deep-range shooting, and fierce competitiveness. But as has been the pattern this season, Clark's presence on the court seems to bring with it more than just basketball. It brings pressure, resentment, and drama. Whether it's envy over her media attention, her nil earnings, or her white-hot spotlight in a league that's long demanded more visibility, Clark doesn't just draw defenders, she draws controversy. As the game progressed, tensions simmered. Marina Mabrey, a known fiery competitor, was matched up against Clark for much of the game. What began as tough defensive pressure escalated quickly. In the third quarter, in a moment that is now viral, Mabrey physically shoved Clark to the ground as the rookie attempted to come off a screen. The crowd gasped, the Fever bench erupted. Replays showed the full brunt of the contact, arms extended, Clark falling back in what looked like more than incidental contact. Fans were expecting a flagrant 2 or an immediate ejection, but to everyone's shock, the referees conferred and assessed only a common foul. No ejection, no flagrant. The arena buzzed with confusion. Commentators were stunned. Social media exploded. Why wasn't Mabrey ejected? Later, in the official post-game report, the lead referee addressed the media to clarify the decision. According to the explanation, the foul was not deemed to meet the criteria for a flagrant 2, which includes excessive contact and/or intent to injure. The referee stated, while there was definitely contact, it was judged to be a physical play within the limits of the game and not an act of unsportsmanlike conduct. In essence, the shove, as hard as it looked, was ruled as part of the rough, high-intensity basketball the WNBA is known for. But the explanation did little to soothe the mounting outrage. Across Twitter, fans began trending hashtags like #ProtectCaitlin, #WNBA failing Clark, and #DoubleStandardsWNBA. Some accused the league of allowing Clark to be targeted without consequence. Others argued that if the roles were reversed, Clark would have been ejected immediately. The narrative took on racial, cultural, and generational overtones, with some suggesting that the league's veterans feel threatened by Clark's instant stardom and are using physicality to send a message. The Fever's coach, clearly upset, gave a fiery post-game statement. "We've seen it before. Caitlin gets targeted, but we stand behind her. She doesn't complain. She gets up. But this league has to be better." Clark herself, ever composed, offered a calm but telling remark. "I played through it. I'm here to compete, but I trust the league to make the right calls." But for many fans, trust is exactly what's breaking down. In a league still trying to expand its audience and capture national attention, the mishandling or perceived mishandling of its biggest draw is seen as not only careless, but self-sabotaging. Clark is the reason so many new fans are tuning in. She sells jerseys, packs arenas, and lights up highlight reels. And yet, she's regularly pushed, tripped, elbowed, and now shoved, with minimal consequences to opponents. The Mabrey incident isn't isolated either. In the weeks prior, Clark was hit in the face during a loose ball scramble. She was hip-checked off the court during another matchup. Each time, the response from officials has seemed muted. Critics argue that the league is trying too hard too. Let the veterans test the rookie, and in doing so, they're endangering the very future of their brand. Even WNBA legends weighed in. One Hall of Famer tweeted, "You don't have to love her, but you have to protect your stars, period." Others, however, saw it differently, insisting that Clark must earn her stripes and endure the same toughness that every star before her faced. "This is the WNBA, not college," one analyst said. "She's not owed anything, but here's the truth of things can be true at once." Yes, the WNBA is physical. Yes, Clark must adjust. But also, yes, the rules must be applied fairly and consistently. And the perception, rightly or wrongly, is that Clark is being treated with indifference by the very referees and league officials tasked with protecting players. As the season pushes forward, the WNBA is at a crossroads. It can either embrace this moment of attention and elevate its standards, or let controversy overshadow competition. Because if stars like Caitlin Clark begin to feel unsafe or unappreciated, what message does that send to the young fans flooding into arenas wearing her name? The league did later announce that it would review officiating and possibly issue fines or retroactive punishments, but the damage may already be done in the court of public opinion. Marina Mabrey, meanwhile, has not issued a public apology. Though she did speak post-game and called the incident part of basketball, the tension between players like Mabrey and Clark may only rise as their teams clash again, and fans will be watching closely to see how the next altercation is handled. In the end, this isn't just about a shove. It's about how the league treats its brightest stars, how it manages physical play versus player safety, and whether it's prepared to grow into the mainstream spotlight it's finally receiving. Thank you for watching Daily Gossip. Subscribe now and hit the bell for more explosive, emotional, and hard-hitting stories from the world of sports and celebrity. This is only the beginning.